I'm Jeff Allen Wolfe, and this is A World Gone Mad, and I'm not backing down. Here we go. When did lying become the new norm? Oh, that's right, when Donald Trump existed. And before the MAGA crowd loses their minds, yes, politicians have always lied. Governments spin, leaders exaggerate. None of this is new. But what's different now is the scale of it and how casually it's accepted like background noise. It's the old playbook, but it's used constantly now. Here's the latest example. Donald Trump is now claiming Iran reneged on some kind of understanding about allowing the United States to come in and take control of their uranium. And now Trump is angry and acting like any response from America now is somehow justified because Iran broke the deal. So let me see if I get this straight. You make something up, or you describe a conversation nobody can independently verify. Then you claim the other country, the other person, or fill in the blank, went back on their word. And suddenly that becomes the justification for whatever aggressive move comes next. How convenient. And this is the pattern people need to pay attention to, because it's not just about Iran. It's not just about one situation. It's the broader strategy. Create your own version of reality first, repeat it confidently, act offended when someone questions it, then use that manufactured outrage as the excuse for the next action. That's the formula. And the truly disturbing part is that millions of people no longer ask, wait, did that actually happen? They immediately jump to, well, if Trump says Iran betrayed him, then I guess Iran betrayed him. That's dangerous territory for any country when facts become optional and loyalty matters more than truth. Believe whatever is coming from Donald Trump's mouth MAGA thinks, because Trump knows all and sees all. He's the great and powerful Oz. I want to get something off my chest. I've stated this before over and over again, but I think I need to emphasize it again to make it even clearer to everyone listening. Anyone who supports Donald Trump and all of his illegal, immoral action, those people have no place in my life. And I want you to listen carefully, Wolfpack. I don't care if these people are my friends, family, or my significant other. I don't want to have anything to do with them ever. Ever. Not because people can't have different opinions. But I cannot be around people who are dense, bigoted, anti-women, and basically morons when it comes to processing things in an intelligent way. And if the Wolfpack says to me, hey, Jeff, you're not going to cut out a family member or even a significant other from your life, are you? Yes. If my sister or brother or dear childhood friend or wife, girlfriend, or significant other supported Donald Trump, I want them exiled from my mind, from my life, from my visual cortex. And thank God my significant other, Natasha, is not a Trump person. I've been with her over 25 years, and I would hate to have that situation happen. But I wouldn't blink or hesitate 1 second if she supported Trump. And I would extricate myself from our relationship. I'm deadly serious. I'm not joking, Wolfpack. If she loved Trump, I would get divorced, or I would move to get away from any of these idiots in my life. I know for a fact some of you have written me before and said you're in a bad situation with your husband or wife who are unfortunately die-hard Trump lovers. I'm asking you, the people who told me that, is your situation still the same? Did it get better? If it didn't, I feel for you genuinely. And I don't know what to say other than you need to protect your own peace of mind and soul. You need to get away from the toxicity that these family members bring. There's no excuse for having people in my life or yours who can't distinguish between right and wrong. And all of us, the intelligent ones, know how wrong Donald is for this country and the world. Okay, so Donald Trump just unveiled a 22-foot statue of himself at Mar-A-Lago. 22 feet of himself. Not Abraham Lincoln, not Martin Luther King Jr., not a firefighter, not a nurse who worked through COVID, not the guy who invented air conditioning in Florida, which frankly would deserve a 900-foot monument and a national holiday. No, the statue is of Donald Trump, because apparently somewhere in America there was a rich guy standing around thinking, you know what this golf course is missing? A giant golden monument, a tribute to the emotional maturity of a 7th grade casino manager. And what's with all these friggin' monuments that Trump wants? Oh, that's right. He's a narcissist. Not a regular narcissist. Not takes too many selfies narcissist. We're talking full Roman emperor. Watching himself eat grapes narcissist. This man doesn't want a presidential library. He wants Mount Rushmore with the other faces shaved off. And think about how weird this is for 1 second, okay? Most politicians, spend their careers trying to look humble. They kiss babies. They wear rolled up sleeves. They pretend to eat corn dogs at state fairs like it's the greatest culinary achievement in human history. Trump looks at dictators and says, I need more marble and gold in my life. And I guarantee the statue of him has him standing there like some kind of superhero, chest out, jaw clenched, looking into the distance like Trump's leading troops into battle instead of leading retirees toward the brunch buffet. Meanwhile, the country is dealing with housing costs, healthcare insanity, wages going nowhere, people working 2 jobs just to afford eggs and Wi-Fi. And here's Donald out here building giant statues of himself like he's Kim Jong-un with a spray tan and a rewards card at Cheesecake Factory. And can we talk about the size obsession? 22 feet. Why? What was the discussion that happened? Think about this. If you were a fly on the wall, what was the discussion? Mr. President, should we make it normal human size? Trump's reply, absolutely not, Brad. The people must feel tiny in my presence. At this point, I'm shocked Donald hasn't demanded a statue on the moon. Wait, it probably's coming. Although honestly, if NASA announced tomorrow, we regret to inform the American people that Trump's projected his face onto the moon, half the country would shrug and say, yeah, sounds about right. And somewhere right now, there's probably a guy polishing this giant statue while Trump slowly nods approvingly like a Bond villain who just bought Greenland. Because that's where we are right now, Wolfpack. Regular politicians want votes. Trump wants monuments. And not after he dies, now. Which is honestly the most Trump thing imaginable. The ultimate narcissist. The email, if you care to use it to write me, wolfpacktalks@gmail.com. Roberto from Nantucket wrote me, "Hi Jeff, first time listener. I think you're too kind when you talk about Trump. He is morally bankrupt and devoid of any soul. Keep up the good work, I'm enjoying it." Roberto did put an LOL several times during his email. Thank you, Roberto, for taking the time. Another new listener. I will keep, to use the old cliche, fighting the good fight, calling out bullshit whenever I see it. Unfortunately, I have to wear big, giant boots to wade through all the bullshit that I come across. All true Americans, please stand tall. Never stop in standing up against Donald the Delusional One and his MAGA mad minions. I'm Jeff Allen Wolf. This is A World Gone Mad. I'll be back Wednesday. Until then, I urge you, the Wolfpack, remain skeptical, question everything. Please, don't lose hope. And most of all, stay alert.